how should one build a brand? Because I hear this from every YouTuber. You have to build your brand.
Ranveer has been a big inspiration. Uska, like I was in touch with. So me and Ranveer go a few years back. Content,
Hmm.
consistency, collaborations, and community. Like for example, मेरठ में अगर मेरे को सबवे खाने जाना है, so I have
Hmm.
to drive for an hour and a half to Muzaffarnagar to a highway जहाँ पे सबवे होता है वहाँ सबवे खाने को मिलेगा मेरे को. In school were focusing on CA करना है या फिर डॉक्टर बनना है या फिर इंजीनियरिंग करनी है, IIT क्लियर करना है. I was very clear कि मेरे को तो लिटरेचर की पढ़ाई करनी है.
So, welcome to the Honest Discussion series, Vedant.
Oh,
And
we're already recording.
yes,
कितनी
we are
तेज हो यार.
recording.
ठीक है चलो. Okay.
And you're
Tell me
the
what's up.
first YouTuber on my channel because I usually get people from the academic background ताकि हम research की बातें कर सके और ये सब. But with you also, I want to talk about your college life in general and your
Okay.
experience at King's. But first, this is like the most cliche question. I want to talk about your journey and most importantly, your transition from Meerut to Delhi. Because now you've shifted to Delhi and I want to know about your journey till now.
Oh, अभी जब shift हुआ हूँ मैं, like this is
Yeah.
the second time in my life that I shifted from Meerut to Delhi. First time
Hmm.
was when I came from Meerut for my college.
Hmm.
In fact, मेरा college भी इसी area में जहाँ मैं अभी रह रहा हूँ. So
अच्छा.
I've had the pleasure of living in the same area for 5 years, 6 years, and then I moved to London.
Hmm.
अभी I moved to Delhi यार because मेरा हो गया था मेरठ से. In the sense कि I came back from London and I wanted to stay home because I'd been away from home for good 5-6 years. मैं कभी ढंग से आके घर पे रुका नहीं था. It always used to be कि दिल्ली से मेरठ वीकेंड पे कभी चले गए 2 दिन के लिए. उन 2 दिन में भी you have to meet friends, you have to stay with family. तो वो सब हो रहा था. But I never in the last 6 years was able to stay at home. 3 months, September, October, November, it was all good, very chill life. रोज सुबह उठो, बेड में चाय मिलती थी, उठ के थोड़ी मम्मी के साथ हाथ वाथ बटाओ काम वाम में. दोपहर में खाना मिलता था, ऊपर का मैंने स्टूडियो सेट कर ही लिया था, अपने वहाँ पे काम करो, शाम में जिम जाओ, दिन खत्म. For 3 months it was good, but December में I realized कि नहीं यार. In fact, it was only after I came to Delhi for my TEDx, I think end of November, that I realized कि यार मैं काफी कुछ मिस कर रहा हूँ लाइफ में. In the sense कि Meerut is a small town, it's a nice decent place, but there's not much to do there. You can stay home, you can meet friends, but उसके अलावा तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तुम अगर कुछ like for example मेरठ में अगर मेरे को सबवे खाने जाना है, so I have to drive for an hour and a half to Muzaffarnagar to a highway जहाँ पे सबवे होता है, वहाँ सबवे खाने को मिलेगा मेरे को. मेरठ में था एक सबवे, वो बंद हो गया because of COVID. So then I was like कि ठीक है, it's time to move out. It's time to. I've had enough time at home, 3 months, 4 months to regroup, reset my brain. कि ठीक है, लंदन भी खत्म हो गया है, पढ़ाई भी खत्म हो गई है, कोविड का भी जितना स्ट्रेस था वो सब अब निकालना पड़ेगा. So then I moved to Delhi. इधर I'm living in GK. इधर मैंने अभी फ्लैट लिया है with this purpose कि now I have to live a little more in the sense कि I have to go out, eat, meet new people, and make more content, make better content, because now I'm living with Jay. Jay is a YouTuber as well. He's also got a couple of businesses. So he also creates content. I'll help him create content. He'll help me create content. So it's a very like-minded partnership that we have sort of gotten into. And the goal is to make better content. If I'm to do this seriously, do YouTube seriously, do content creation seriously, then I had to take this step. So that is the reason that I moved out of Meerut. And my family was also very chill. Yeah, कि 24 साल का लड़का हो गया उनका, कब तक घर पे बैठा रहेगा. मतलब even though I could have just stayed in Meerut and worked, but I realized it will get very stagnant very soon. So then I moved out. That's the story.
And what has been the major difference in you as a person when you moved out first and when you're moved out now? Because that was more or less like a student, and now it is more like being independent.
I made an entire video about it last week.
Okay.
About moving out from Meerut at the age of 18 for college, then moving out from Delhi to London for another year of study, then moving back and then moving out again. So differences in the perspective यार. तब मैं निकला था, तब मेरे को कॉलेज में आना था, तब मेरे को अयाशी not in the sense कि मेरे को जाके पार्टी वार्टी करने, but it was a new experience. I had freedom which I did not have in Meerut. So that was a different experience for 3 years, and I worked for a couple of years, so that was an entirely different experience. But now I know कि I have to get the best of both worlds. I have to work as well, and I have to chill in life as well. So वो perspective shift है. Now I don't like to meet a lot of new people. I have a very limited circle of close people that I'm friends with, who I would occasionally hang out with, who I would occasionally call. And
Hmm.
otherwise, because of the nature of my work, I am able to meet a lot of new interesting people
Hmm.
and engage with them, have conversations with them. So वो perspective shift है अभी. The focus is now more on the work side and more on the work side compared to 3 or 5 years ago when the focus was more on कि कॉलेज जाके चिल करना है, शाम में कैंटीन में बैठना है, नेहरू प्लेस पे जाके बैठना है. तो वो थोड़ा पर्सपेक्टिव शिफ्ट है अब.
Hmm. Okay. And I want to know about how do you build a network? Because like I have got a good network in my academic circle, but when it comes to YouTube, I don't know how to approach people in general or how to be friends with them in general, even if like they are making similar content to me.
I am not sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know how my network came to be. Okay, there are four things that you have to take care of when you're making content. You want to build a network in that space. I think मैंने अपने जोश टॉक में बोला था. It's content,
Hmm.
consistency, collaborations, and community, or community and collaboration. Basically, these are the four most important things which will help you build your brand as a content creator or as an online personality. Your content has to be क्या it has to be exceptional. Your content has to be really good, and if your content is really good, then people will come to notice you, and the chances are that people who are making content already will also notice you, and then you can collaborate with them, and then collectively you build a community around your content. So content is the most important, yeah, to be honest. अगर तुम्हारा content अच्छा नहीं है तो फिर तुम सामने वाले इंसान को लेके क्या जाओगे. And when it comes to collaboration, mostly people collaborate with the intent कि सामने वाले इंसान का audience हमारे पास आ जाए, और there's a little drop off from their audience, there's a little intermingling. But that is the wrong approach for collaboration. The collaboration should only be done when you know कि सामने वाले इंसान को भी कुछ फायदा होगा in terms of their own individual growth, not in terms of numbers growth. When you approach a collaboration with that perspective, then पूरा mindset change हो जाता है ना. तुमको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा कि उनके audience आए ना आए. You just know कि whatever the person that I'm collaborating with, whatever piece of content we are creating, वो best होना चाहिए. So when that happens, then I think you will be able to build a good network. I mean, to be honest, मैंने तो podcast ऐसे शुरू किया था क्योंकि मेरे को लोगों से बात करने में मजा आता था. I knew if I'll invite people to the podcast, I'll have a long hour and a half, 2 hour, 3 hour conversation with them. वो कुछ बताएंगे, मैं कुछ बताऊंगा, बढ़िया vibe बनेगी. And that usually happens.
Yeah. And do you think there is a right way to approach people and approach big YouTubers?
There definitely is, yeah. Because consider this, na. Once, for example, I mean, you have to consider this. उनके पास बहुत सारे ऐसे collaborations के या फिर request mails आते रहते होंगे. How do you stand out in the midst of 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 people? That is where you have to keep this mindset कि मैं उनको ऐसा क्या offer कर सकता हूँ जिनकी उन्हें जरूरत है, and जो उनके पास already नहीं है. Usually, it's a very difficult mix to find. But if you're really smart about it, if you're really persistent about it, if your content is on those lines कि हाँ मेरे को ये करना ही है, then I think it becomes easier. It's not a easy process. It's not a fast process. It takes time. It takes time for you to build your own brand कि तुम उनको approach भी कर पाओ, और whether you, I mean, how do you get noticed is the biggest question, right? For a person, if you want to collaborate with a person, how do you get noticed? तुम notice तब होगे जब तुम अच्छा content बनाओगे, और you are very interesting otherwise. How did I get to notice you? Because you were very persistent in my live sessions. That's how I got to notice you. तभी मैंने बोला कि ठीक है, लड़की कुछ काम की बात कर रही है, तो we can possibly have a conversation.
But would you have come if I wouldn't have mailed you formally?
No, I would not have. No, I would not have. Because that happens, right? मेरे को live में मेरे को comments पाते रहते हैं, वेदांत भाई collaborate करो, DM आते हैं. So that is the first order of business. मैं कहता हूँ मेरी ये email ID है, अच्छे से mail लिख के भेजो. 90% लोग तो वहीं filter off हो जाते हैं क्योंकि वो mail लिखते ही नहीं है. Because they're not serious about it. उसके बाद जो 10% लोग बचते हैं उसमें से 8-9% होते हैं जिनको mail लिखना नहीं आता है अच्छे से. तो वो पता चल जाता है कि वो सीरियस नहीं है, वो एफर्ट नहीं डालना चाहते हैं. लाइक आई गेट ईमेल्स एवरीडे, रश्मि भाई मेरे को आपका कंटेंट बहुत पसंद है, चलो एक वीडियो कोलैब करते हैं. लाइक आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट ईमेल, राइट? ऑफ कोर्स आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू रिस्पॉन्ड बिकॉज़ there's nothing that I will gain out of it. But if a person writes a very well formatted email, they tell me कि मेरे को इस बारे में बात करनी है आपसे, this is the podcast show, these are links to my previous work, these are the people that I've collaborated with, you add some credibility to your own name, and then maybe you get noticed. So I think that is the right approach to do it. If you want to collaborate with someone who has a bigger brand, has a bigger name, you have to get noticed with your content, you have to get noticed with your dedication, consistency, and then also there's no guarantee because you're not entitled to anyone's time, right?
True that. And do the big YouTubers see your subscribers number in general?
I personally wouldn't care about the number because I have no clue how many subscribers you have. Absolutely have no clue. But it's about the person and the intent, na? I don't think numbers matter, yaar. At the end of the day, numbers तब matter करेंगे जब तुमको इनसे income कमाना हो. जब तुमको ब्रांड के पास जाना हो कि यार मेरे पे 2 लाख 5 लाख सब्सक्राइबर है, मेरे इतने व्यूज आते हैं, इतने के इतने पैसे बनेंगे, दैट इज द ओनली टाइम नंबर्स मैटर. इफ योर कंटेंट इज गुड देन क्रिएटर्स आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड इट, बिकॉज अ बिगर क्रिएटर आल्सो हैज बीन एट दैट एग्जैक्ट स्टेज, राइट? वो उस स्टेज पर नहीं पहुंच पाते अगर वो छोटा स्टेज क्रॉस नहीं करते तो. सो दे अंडरस्टैंड. I mean, I'm not saying all of them understand. There comes a stage, and there are a lot of creators who get egoistic about their numbers as well. But then I would not want to collaborate with those
Like the
people
major
at all.
big people, right?
I mean, anyone can get egoistic about numbers, यार. But then it's my personal policy कि फिर अगर आपको अपने numbers का गुरूर है तो फिर मेरे को आपसे बात ही नहीं करनी है. Because then you will not be worth my time. अगर आप इस number के ऊपर अपनी identity बना रहे हो तो. So that's my personal thing. I don't know if it works well for other people.
And I also feel some people just collaborate for the name's sake. Like they'll get you or they'll get some big YouTuber and they'll get the views, certain amount of views because they've just started the channel and उसके बाद sustain कैसे करना है, they don't really have that
So
approach.
that is something that I have also seen. People try to get big name people in the hope कि उनका audience को जाके filter हो जाएगा, but and that is the exact same philosophy I believe with getting viral as well. You get a lot of attention once, right? You get a lot of attention, but that attention will not sustain. वो लोग एक बार आएंगे देखेंगे चले जाएंगे. There's no reason for those people who have come from a different person, from a different source to stick around for your content because you have not proven yourself to them. Which is why going viral for anyone is the worst thing at the start of their career or the start of their content creation journey, because you get viral and then you are under the pressure of that new audience that doesn't understand you because you don't understand them. If there's an audience that grows with you across years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then it gets easier for you to understand, and the audience also understands what you want and you understand what the audience wants, and then there is this whole relationship, a symbiotic relationship that gets built there, and तब तुम उनको उसके according content बना के दे सकते हो. तो वो बड़ा अच्छा रिलेशनशिप होता है. बट जब बहुत सारे लोग एकदम सडनली आ जाएंगे देन द क्रिएटर आल्सो गेट्स कंफ्यूज्ड, राइट? कि अब मैं क्या करूं, हाउ डू आई केटर टू दिस ऑडियंस, व्हिच इज व्हाई यू शुड नेवर कोलैबोरेट विद द इंटेंट कि चलो बहुत सारे नंबर्स आएंगे. दैट इज अ बैड अप्रोच टू कंटेंट क्रिएशन बिकॉज़ दैट इज बाउंड टू फेल 100%.
True that. Okay, so let us switch to college journeys and college life and what have you studied.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about your first experience at Delhi University and then we'll get to King's. If you could share, like, what did you study at Delhi University and how was the experience?
So Delhi University, I was in Deshbandhu College, Delhi University from 2014 to 17. I did English Literature Honors.
Oh, wow.
क्यों? बिकॉज मेरे को लिटरेचर में हमेशा से शौक था. आई वाज इन आईएससी स्कूल, तो हमें शेक्सपियर पढ़ाया जाता था बचपन से. लाइक 9th 10th 11th 12th वी स्टडीड शेक्सपियर. सम ऑफ माय फेवरेट पोएम्स आई रेड बैक इन 6th grade 7th grade 8th grade. I got into reading when I was into 3rd grade because हमारे यहाँ एक नॉवल लगाते थे साल में कि ये नॉवल तुमको पढ़नी है. तो all that pushed me towards building an interest in English literature. So which is why when all my friends in school were focusing on CA करना है या फिर डॉक्टर बनना है या फिर इंजीनियरिंग करनी है, IIT क्लियर करना है, I was very clear कि मेरे को तो लिटरेचर की पढ़ाई करनी है. And I mean, I would also like to thank my teachers for that. I had really great English teachers who were very supportive, who were very enthusiastic. So उस चक्कर में I came to Delhi University. Now the problem was, I mean, there was no problem. बस South Campus का college था. Number ISC में वैसे भी boards में इतने नहीं आते हैं. Like I did get into DCAC, but then my parents did not allow me to go and change my college because उनको लगता था कि लड़का कैसे दिल्ली जाएगा. तब तो बस से जाना पड़ता था. हाँ, तो I studied in Deshbandhu. Literature काफी अच्छा experience था यार, studying in like Deshbandhu. The 3 things that I remember from my college life was my literature course, of course, because most of the time was spent there. But the rest of the time was spent doing debates because I was in the debating society, and doing theater because I was in theater as well. So that is what I did in DU. And the best thing about Delhi University was the fact कि हमारा extra curricular का जो circuit होता है, debating circuit, theater circuit, and all the fest that we have, you get to interact with so many people, you get to get so many different perspectives, you get to meet so many people, you get to participate in so many competitions. For example, I went to IITs, कानपुर गया था मैं, बॉम्बे गया था मैं, just to attend their fest because वहाँ पे एक student crowd था and वहाँ पे competitions हो रहे थे and I had the opportunity to go, तो मैं चला गया. So that was a really, I mean, exposure इसे कहते हैं. This is what I call exposure. जिस चीज के लिए लोग कॉलेज आते हैं, I don't think there is any university in the country except Delhi University that can provide you that. Because the circuit, I mean, regardless whether you're in a North Campus college or South Campus college or an off-campus college, जो वो February March का फेस्ट टाइम होता है, उसमें आप सारे कॉलेज घूम लोगे.
True.
And that is what I mean. I would credit the school as well for building a personality, but my zest for interacting with new people came from my experience in debate, drama, and of course my studies in literature. So DU was a really good experience, yaar. I because of being in societies, I got to learn so much. I got into graphic design because of my societies. I got into हाँ मतलब काफी कुछ था यार DU में. I can't summarize the 3 years because to be honest 3 years passed by really quickly. The first semester was all about कि अरे नया नया है सब, घर से कॉलेज ऑटो से जाना पड़ेगा, पैदल जाते हैं, बस में जाते हैं. Second semester was all about कि फेस्ट है. Then second year में you become suddenly you are a senior. You have new students who are under you who are juniors, and then you have to teach them. And then third year you're a super senior. You have to worry about your job. You have to worry about your final exams. You have to worry about teaching other students. The second years, and so it was a good experience. It went by too quickly because 3 years is, I mean, not that long of a time, but it's an experience that I would cherish. So literature की पढ़ाई भी काफी अच्छी थी. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Did you ever feel that you're not like in the top college of DU? Because I usually feel that, and like especially in the first year.
I did. To be honest, I did. But I would be very thankful for that because if I was in a North Campus college, I would not have the liberty to do debate and theater and do the 100 other things that I was able to do because मेरे college में attendance का scene ही नहीं था यार. मेरी 5, 10, 15% attendance हुआ करी होगी. In fact, when I was in DU, I don't think attendance, at least मेरे college में तो नहीं था. My sister also was in LSR. उसके भी यहाँ scene था 75 या 65% attendance रखनी थी उसको.
LSR has that, yeah.
हाँ तो मेरे कॉलेज में नहीं था, मुझे चाहिए नहीं थे वो 5 नंबर अटेंडेंस के. आई डिड नॉट केयर अबाउट देम बिकॉज मुझे पता था लिटरेचर में वैसे ही मैंने 65% से ऊपर मैं स्कोर ही नहीं कर सकता चाह के भी. तो मैं क्यों 5% अटेंडेंस नंबर के चक्कर में मैं दिन भर क्लास में बैठा रहा हूँ. लाइक आई डिड अटेंड क्लासेस, नॉट अ लॉट ऑफ देम. आई हैड अ कपल ऑफ फेवरेट टीचर्स, मैं बस उनकी क्लास में जाता था. तो वो मैंने किया है. बट दैट वाज आल्सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, राइट, बिकॉज यू हैव टू टीचर्स हु आर रियली ग्रेट टीचर्स एंड यू आल्सो देन गेट अलाइन टुवर्ड्स देम कि हाँ इनसे तो पढ़ना ही है. So it helped me divide the time. But yeah, I did feel for the first 6 months, 1 year, I did feel कि यार काश North Campus, because I had friends in North Campus, right? So I used to go to North Campus, उनके साथ hang out करता था, वहाँ की life जीता था. तो vicariously I've lived the North Campus life. I think every DU student does that. तो vicariously जाके जी लेते हो. But by the time I came into second year, I realized कि यार इतना कुछ exact फर्क है नहीं. In fact, it's a better feeling when I come from an underdog college and then I beat people who are from top college in debate and theater. That gives me a better feeling. But to compensate for that, I realized कि fuck it यार, मेरे को अच्छे कॉलेज जाके पढ़ना है. Then I went to King's. So the whole reason to go to King's was that I wanted to study in a world class university, the best of the best. तब मैंने सोचा कि ठीक है अब तो King's ही, मतलब ऐसे ही कहीं जगह जाना है जो मतलब DU के फिर उसमें होने का कुछ मलाल ना रहे लाइफ में.
Got it.
I mean, I still have it. I still want to do my PhD from इससे भी King's से भी ऊपर वाले colleges. So either an Ivy League or an Oxford, Cambridge or a UCL. But that is still a few years away. तो तब की तब देखेंगे. But that is the वो enthusiasm तो है मेरे में. I don't think that is going to go away.
Yeah. And I also feel that growth, like individual growth, cannot just be credited to your college, right? Because you have to put in that effort. You have to really work hard towards that. Because I've seen a lot of my friends who are into Stephens and LSR, they're still not doing anything great in their life.
Yeah. I don't think it is about college at all. I mean, DU is not about colleges beyond a point. अभी तुम्हारी डिग्री नहीं मिलेगी उस पे कॉलेज का नाम नहीं लिखा होगा. Like you can go out to the world and tell कि मैं कौन से कॉलेज से हूँ if you are from LSR or Stephens or whatever you are from. I mean, it helps in placements वगैरह में थोड़ी help मिलती है, but अगर तुम उस top courses में नहीं हो, if you're not doing a BCom or an economics honors or a similar course which is in demand by ये जो corporates आते हैं जो undergrads को लेके जाते हैं graduate programs में, then it doesn't matter at all कि तुम किस कॉलेज में हो. For your personal individual development, it does matter कि तुम कौन से कॉलेज में, but even if you are in an LSR or SRCC, if you don't focus on improving your own personality, then तो फर्क ही नहीं पड़ेगा ना तुम किस कॉलेज में हो. If you don't spend the time doing extracurriculars, if you don't spend the time, वो exposure लेने में अगर तुम time spend ही नहीं कर रहे हो, तो it doesn't matter कि तुम किस कॉलेज में हो.
Yeah, true. And how did you decide to like go to King's and study digital humanities? Because from English literature, that's a completely different course altogether.
So I initially I wanted to go to university abroad right after my undergrad. कि मेरा अंडरग्रेड खत्म हुआ तुरंत निकल जाओ. बट देन आई रियलाइज कि यार मेरे पे पैसे हैं ही नहीं 50-30 लाख रुपए खर्च करने को. मेरे पापा ने बोला मेरे पे भी नहीं है, मैं भी नहीं दे रहा तेरे को पैसे. रियलाइज अरे अभी तो नहीं जा सकते. एंड एट दैट पॉइंट आई डिड नॉट प्लान टू गो टू यूके. I plan to go to Canada or I plan to go to a US to apply
Hmm.
there. But the problem was कि UK Canada US Canada जाने के लिए तुमको 4 साल का undergrad होना चाहिए.
Okay.
And DU undergrad is 3 years. So I was like कि ठीक है चलो एक साल कुछ course कर लेते हैं. So I applied for MA in psychology from IGNOU. कि कम से कम at least एक MA हो जाएगा. I did for 1 year. I made the assignments. I never submitted them. तो मैंने वो 3 साल I made the assignments. I did study for 1 year. I did एक साल का MA in psychology, but I never submitted the assignment because इग्नू में एक साल में एक बार ही तुम्हें submit करने होते थे at that point. I'm not sure what the structure is अभी, but you have to submit assignments and you have to give papers once every year. So I did the education, but I never submitted the assignment for whatever reason. I don't even remember what the reason was. But at the same time, I was working as well. So I got a job in my 5th, 6th semester. तो मैं काम कर रहा था. I was working immediately after college. So what I decided was, ठीक है, 2 साल, 2.5 साल काम करके देखते हैं. Let's build some capital. Let's build some skills. And the job I was doing was very interesting for me. I was handling marketing for a startup here. It's उससे अच्छा hands-on experience across. I mean, I learned so much in those 2 years. जो लोग अपने 10 साल के career में नहीं सीख पाते हैं, I grabbed in 2 years. It pushed me towards content creation on YouTube. It pushed me towards consulting startups at this point. हाँ, तो उसके बाद मैंने realize कि ठीक है, मैं job से ही बोर हो गया, अब चलते हैं पढ़ाई करने. तब मैंने I started applying. Then I saw this course in Kings, which was very aligned, which was a new course. So the course that I've done is only like 2 or 3 batches old. It's not a very old course. So digital humanities is a very new field. It's a field that will be relevant in 5 years. It's still relevant thoda sa abhi, but its exact importance will figure out. The world will figure out it in 5 years.
Could you elaborate digital humanities a bit?
So the premise for digital humanities is that our lives are going to get more digitized. There's no way that our lives are not going to get more digitized. Everywhere we go, हमारी life में digital चीजें होंगी. Everything around us will be electronic. Maybe in the next 50 years, even humans evolve to being electronic beings. और ये आँख खराब हो रही है तो हमने नकली इलेक्ट्रॉनिक आँख लगवा ली है. That is possibility. अभी भी देख रहे हैं. We have cybernetic arms होते हैं हमारे, prosthetics होते हैं. So we are moving into that direction, and there needs to be a group or people who are critical thinkers who can put in the ethics in the digital world, because digital is all electronic. It's all binaries. And but if as humanity, as we move into a world where we combine these two things, there needs to be a chain of thought or a school of thought that puts in ethics in that world. So that is what digital humanities is about, or as an umbrella term. My degree is specialization in digital assets and media management.
Okay, wow.
So that is a very niche, very narrowed down version of digital humanities. So my majors is in that field. For example, everything that you see online, even your videos, even that R on your name is a digital asset. There exists a code somewhere that is managing that. So there needs to be a class of professionals that know how to manage that know how to interact with them, that know how to teach people जो इनको लिख रहे हैं, बना रहे हैं कि तुमको क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. So that is where this degree helps me. अब तो पूरी हो गई है, but it also included a lot of things that I had learned in my 2.5, 3 years working. But because I had a literature degree, there was no way for me to validate कि हाँ मेरे को ये आता है. So the reason I switched from literature to this field is to validate that I have a critical thinking experience from my literature degree. I have professional experience in this field, and now this degree combines all of that and gives me a whole different. The world will have a different perspective on my education, on my skills, because of these certificates and the experience. So that was the intent for digital humanities.
Wow, very interesting subject. I thought it's related to just digital marketing.
No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So I got into digital marketing at University of Manchester. Digital marketing is also a very fascinating field, but the problem with digital marketing is that it's evolving too quickly. What I learned today is going to be irrelevant in 3 months.
Okay.
So I'm not exactly sure what the digital marketing course there was, but this is from my experience of digital marketing here in India. There are a lot of colleges that are giving 6 months, 3-month diplomas for digital marketing.
Yeah.
And हाँ वो सिखाते हैं Facebook ads चलाना, Google ads चलाना, and whatever they teach goes out of the business in 3 months, 6 months, because those platforms also change, right? So इसलिए digital marketing is a different field. It's a much more narrowed down field. It's good if you want to get a job, because 3 महीने में सीख के तुमको job मिल सकता है, and then you can learn while you're working. So from that aspect, it's a good field, at least in India. But digital humanities is a whole different ball game. Digital marketing से कोई लेना देना नहीं है इसका.
And I also feel a lot of people misuse this term of digital marketing because do internships they provide some organizations. They just want interns to promote their pages on social media. That is it. That is digital marketing for them in general. Because I've seen that
I mean,
personally.
मैंने करा भी है यार वो तो मैं I mean I'm not going to
Okay.
deny that something that I've done as well in my college for my society I used to hire interns जिनका
Mm.
काम ही होता था कि तुमको बस लोगों को follow करवाना है हमारे page को. But if an organization is doing this, then it's a bad thing, yeah, because it it devalues the entire field, right?
Yeah, true.
If there are students in colleges who are working for these organizations,
Mm.
and then they realize कि यार ये तो बस हमसे Instagram पे अपने Instagram पे story share करवा रहे हैं, caption लिखवा रहे हैं बस. It's not the experience that you would ideally have because this world is very interesting. You get to learn a lot about human behavior. You get to learn a lot about how people operate their devices, of their likings, of their interests, of their dislikes.
Mm.
And it's a very fascinating world, but ultimately people treat it as a way to build their business, which is not wrong. I mean, there are 100 different ways to do it, and this
True.
is just one of the ways to do it. But अगर यही सबसे ज़्यादा prominent way है, then people will not realize this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the other
Go ahead.
question
I'm
was
asking a question.
that I guess you have around 5 YouTube channels, right? How do you manage all of
6.
it? 6. Okay, 6 YouTube channels. How do you manage
I have
all
6
of it?
YouTube channels. I have
Wow.
6 YouTube channels.
Wow.
I mean, to be honest, one of them is a joke. The tech channel I'm not going to upload
Okay.
anytime soon.
Okay.
So when last year in December, which is 2019 to December, when I hit 25,000 subscribers on my main channel, I thought, okay, this is going well. What else can I do to challenge myself? So I thought I'll start more channels. I'll start creating content across more verticals. So मेरे नाम में Rusty था. Rusty is the brand that I wanted to build. So I thought RUSTY से channel शुरू कर देते हैं. So R for Vedant Rusty, the main channel. U for Uncut, the gaming channel. S for Stories, the podcast channel. T से मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आया तो मैंने tech ही रख दिया. And then
Wow.
Y for You and Rusty, which is a lifestyle channel. My lifestyle, my productivity tips. So I thought these are the verticals that I wanted to create content across, and then I just started doing it. I just thought हफ्ते में एक वीडियो अगर सब पे आ रहा है तो ठीक है. And gradually it grew into a machine that now operates by itself. I have a team. I have a few people who help me with this. So there are people who edit the podcast that I record. There are people who help me edit videos. There are people who help me with the SEO, people who help me with the thumbnails. So that there is a whole structure in place for that. But initially it started off as me just trying to make more content, trying to challenge myself कि मेरे को अब और करना है. So there is the 6th channel is podcast के clips का channel. So I'm doing 2 podcasts at the moment. One is my Story University podcast and the Raw and Real podcast.
Okay.
तो उन दोनों के clips उस channel पे जाते हैं, and that clip channel has surprisingly been doing really well. तो वो channel के लिए entirely yeah, so for that channel there's an entirely different team who जो clips podcast सुनती है, पूरा clips काटती है, उससे thumbnail बनता है. So that is entirely automated. Automated in the sense कि मेरे को नहीं करना पड़ता है और लोग कुछ करते हैं उसको. The benefit for them is कि whatever revenue comes from that channel goes to them entirely.
Okay.
So I don't bother with that. इससे मेरा फायदा ये है कि at least the Vedant Rusty brand is going as much as it can. So my ultimate goal for this year and at least till in the next 6 months is to get 5 million views combined across all channels.
Wow.
Per month. So if my main channel pulls in 2 million views, the clips channel pulls in 1 million views, the podcast and the gaming channel, goal ये है कि अगर मिला के सबके 5 million views आ गए, then this becomes a very self-sustaining business that can exponentially grow in the next year or 2. तो इसीलिए 5 channels खोले हैं मैंने. The management comes from कि मतलब उसमें organization, planning और structure तो करना ही पड़ता है. It's a difficult job. It's not easy, but that is the intent. That is why I have 5 channels, and that is how they work.
It's like a business, right? If I may say so.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you have to realize that everyone who's doing on YouTube, whatever they're doing, after a certain point, you have to start treating it as a business. Because if I'm doing it this full time, if I'm creating content full time, then I have to look at it as business, right? I have expenses to pay. I have this entire new apartment that I've taken, which I have rent to pay. मुझे अपने भी खर्चे करने हैं. I have to start saving as well. If I'm doing this full time, I have to look at it as something that can make me money, so that I can keep doing this. So that वो difficult हो जाता है balance एक point के बाद निकालना कि तुम पैसे के बिना काम करो. तो having multiple channels also allows me to have multiple revenue streams, right? I can not take sponsorship on my podcast at all because मुझे पता है कि मेरे clips के channel पे अगर एक sponsor है जो मेरी clips को sponsor कर रहा है, अभी नहीं है, but in the foreseeable future clips पे एक sponsor आ जाएगा जिसका कहीं link wing डालना होगा, तो that works for I get my stable income flow and सब खुश रहेंगे इससे. So that is also the reason.
Got it. And how did you build this team? Did you approach people or did people come to you?
I mean, both of those, I started looking out for people who could help me with it, and there were people who reached out themselves. So it took me. I mean, at this point, I have 5 people working, but my main man is the person who handles all of them. This guy has been with me for the better part of last year. 2020 में जब से मैंने चैनल शुरू किए थे, he approached me. He was very persistent. वो मेरे को सुपर चैट भेजता रहता था, and I liked his I appreciated his work ethic. Like he would not shy away from telling me कि आप ये गलत कर रहे हो, and he was not condescending in any way. He was very जैसे criticism मैं देता हूँ लोगों को, वो मेरे को वैसे criticism देने लगा. No point he told me कि यार मेरे को सीखना है ये सब, तो is there a space for you where I can work with you? मैंने कहा ठीक है, जगह है मेरे पे. Start. He handles everyone else who do SEO, clips के cutting वगैरह, thumbnail वगैरह. Plus he edits my podcast for me. So it's a good relationship that has started off, and excuse me. My goal is to like eventually अगर ये long term बन जाता है, अच्छे से sustain हो जाता है, company अपनी खुल जाती है, then I'll hire these guys full time. And फिर वो automate ढंग से हो जाएगा. Then there'll be incentive for everyone to work well.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I tweeted it last month, I guess, that I can see that beer biceps in you. I don't know why. I just feel that you have a business acumen. I feel that you are here to build the entire business and you're going to manage some, I don't know, YouTube sense and all of it, brands and all of it. So what are your views on that?
So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Ranveer has been a big inspiration. I was in touch with. So, me and Ranveer go a few years back when I was working for Squirrel, and when Monkey had just started. So, Squirrel was one of the first few people that Monkey worked with for a influencer marketing video. And then I worked closely with Jalak. I helped them write the script for the videos that we did. We did 2 videos back then. So I know these guys from then. I know कि ये वैसे operate करते हैं. So I was aware of how these guys operate. I was aware of how the influencer marketing world operates. So I knew कि यहाँ पे एक gap exist करता है for a creator who can look at the world from the inside and provide a perspective to the audience. So that is where I thought कि ठीक है, content बना के देखते हैं, maybe कुछ हो जाए. And then my eventual goal is to, if I'm creating content that the audience wants to see, then there's no reason for me to not turn it into a business. As long as I'm authentic with the audience about what I'm doing, as long as I'm telling the audience that I'm going to give you the best content. So that is the intent where the business acumen comes in. And it also comes from the fact here कि, I mean, I have worked in the startup space, right? So I know कि कम resources में उनको maximize कैसे करते हैं. How digital marketing works. For example, I learned digital marketing by working. मैंने कोर्स नहीं करा कोई. मैंने कहीं जाके फेसबुक एड चलाना, गूगल एड चलाना, बैनर्स खरीदना या फिर एड स्पेस खरीदना वो नहीं सीखा. I had to do it. I had to spend company का पैसा and then learn how to do it. So it gave me वो थोड़ा सा क्या कहते हैं वो झिझक खत्म हो गई मन में से कि नई चीजें ट्राई कैसे करते हैं, बिजनेस का स्कोप कैसे होता है. लाइक आई डोंट कम फ्रॉम अ बिजनेस फैमिली. माय फादर नाउ ही इज रिटायर्ड, बट उनकी गवर्नमेंट जॉब थी, तो कोई कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं था बिजनेस करने का. हमने तो ये सुना था कि बिजनेस करते हैं तो बहुत सारा पैसा लगाना पड़ता है और फेल भी हो जाता है. बट इन दिस न्यू वर्ल्ड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ लाइक यू कैन डू बिजनेस सिटिंग एट द कंफर्ट ऑफ योर होम यार. तो this is content creation is also a business, it's also a risk, but if it pays off then it'll pay off good. Big upside hai iska काफी. So I mean, I don't know if I would do exactly what Ranveer has been doing. Like he has built a influencer marketing agency, he's built a content agency. His business scale is going to obviously be bigger than what mine is, because I want to build an individual brand. While contrast to him, he wants to build like proper companies where he wants to give jobs to hundreds and thousands of people. That is not my approach. Because I mean, he feels a sense of responsibility, which is good. There should be people who feel that sense of responsibility. मेरा बस इतना है कि वेदांत दृष्टि ब्रांड आज से 20 साल बाद भी relevant रहे. उसके लिए मेरे को ज्यादा लोग नहीं चाहिए. उसके लिए मेरे को एक core team चाहिए जो मेरे साथ रहे. And I think that is where I want to go with my brand. Of course, it will allow me to work with multiple other brands. But I mean, business side aside, I think Ranveer has been a big inspiration in that sense.
True. And how should one build a brand? Because I hear this from every YouTuber. You have to build your brand first. It's your business. It's not just your channel. How do you approach that?
Big. So earlier there used to be a times of collectives हुआ करते. So AIB was a collective, EIC is a collective, and these are all comedy collectives. Uh, this is a shift that has happened in the last few years. And last few years, मतलब end of the last decade, is when people started realizing कि corporate brands and individual brands में बहुत फर्क है. People don't connect with corporate brands. Like people would love an Apple brand, but people will not go out to a Tim Cook and say कि आप तो Apple आप हो. Apple is a different identity entirely. But when it comes to creators who are creating content online, or when people who are building their online brands, people don't connect with the brands that you're promoting. People don't connect with your content. I mean, they used to. Comedy wale YouTubers या comedy creators के लिए उनकी comedy important होती थी. But ultimately, the shift now that is happening, that I can predict is going to be big in the next few years, is individual brands, personal brands, individual brands, creators who are there. For example, अगर मैं आज से 5 साल पहले YouTube चैनल शुरू करता और मैं रोस्टिंग में जाता, तो मैं किसी को भी कुछ भी बोल सकता था, मेरी ऑडियंस बन जाती. तो लोग फिर वो सुनने आते कि मैं किसको गाली दे रहा हूँ, या फिर मैं किसकी बुराई कर रहा हूँ, मैं किसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ. Contrary to that, the brand that I am trying to build now is that people are coming to listen to me as what I am saying. Doesn't matter what I'm talking about, but people have enough faith in my knowledge, in my expertise, in my skills, in my opinions, in my perspectives, that regardless of what I'm talking about, if I want to start talking about this particular mic ka ye pop filter, and people come and listen to me. That is the difference between a person who has an audience versus an individual who has a brand. Your brand is a core audience. That core audience can be 5 people. That core audience can be 100 people. That core audience can be 1,000 people. But that core audience, when they stay with you because of your authenticity, because of your personality, that is what building a personal brand is. And इसी में आंसर भी है इसका. तुमको बस जो काम में तुम्हें मजा आ रहा है उसको खुशी-खुशी करते रहो. जो तुम्हें कंटेंट बनाने में मजा आ रहा है उसको खुशी-खुशी करते रहो, and then people will gravitate towards you. If you try to pretend, then there will come a time कि तुम्हारा वो pretense कभी ना कभी shatter हो जाएगा. And जब वो shatter हो जाएगा तब तुमको realize होगा कि यार ये तो मेरे को उस personality के लिए देखना जो मैंने pretend करी हुई थी, the audience is not here for me or my content or my work, and then you will be really disappointed, and then you will figure out कि shit यार काश पहले अपना brand build कर लिया होता. So that is what.
But do you think, because also 2020 pushed a lot of creators like on YouTube and especially on Instagram. So don't you think that there will be a point in this particular field that it will be enough, I guess, for the audience as well?
नहीं, people are always looking for the next big thing, right? They're always looking for new stuff. Like जब 2020 शुरू हुआ था, pandemic शुरू हुआ था, a lot of people came creating content, and now like 80% of them have stopped. You have to consider this, right? कितने लोग live stream कर रहे थे जब 2020 शुरू हुआ था? अब उनमें से आधे लोग भी नहीं कर रहे हैं live stream. Like वो होता है यार, एक flood आता है, but उस flood के बाद मतलब एक जे wave आती है समुद्र में से उस पे बीच पे, तो बाकी तो वापस लौट जाती है ना, कुछ ही तो रह जाते हैं ना वहां पे उनके सीशेल्स वगैरह. कहने का मतलब ये है कि वेव आता रहेगा. सैचुरेशन तुम अगर मान के चलोगे तो सैचुरेशन है, बट अगर तुम्हें पता है कि तुम्हारे को क्या बनाना है, तुमको पता है कि ऑडियंस को मजा भी आ रहा है देखने में, then you will find your audience ना. This is a misconception about the social media space that there only exists a limited audience. हमारे यहाँ इंटरनेट पे 500 मिलियन लोग हैं, 500 मिलियन पीपल, 50 करोड़ लोग is enough. कि अगर 1 करोड़ क्रिएटर भी आ गए ना, तो सबके लिए बहुत ज्यादा ऑडियंस है, बहुत ज्यादा ऑडियंस है. Audiences have a lot of time, audiences have a lot of interest, and अगर तुम उसमें अपनी जगह बना पा रहे हो, it takes time. It doesn't happen in 1 month, it doesn't happen in 6 months, it doesn't happen in 2 years, 5 years in fact. But अगर तुमको पता है कि तुमको बनाना है content, तो तुम उसको manage कर लोगे किसी ना किसी तरह. A lot of creators, in fact, I started creating content when I was working full time. मैं हफ्ते की 1 वीडियो डाल रहा था. For 3 years I did that. It's only when I realized कि ठीक है, अब ये time आ गया है, now I can maybe take this leap and make content dedicatedly and not do anything else, is when I realized कि ठीक है, अब करके देखते हैं. So it took me 3 years to realize that. But उन 3 साल में मैं अटक भी सकता था. मैं सोचता कि यार कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा, छोड़ देते हैं. There are a lot of people who do that. And there's no way to be certain. तो वो थोड़ा risky वो है, but करना पड़ता है.
This would be the last question, I guess. I want to know your future plans with your YouTube channel, and also you started putting reels on Instagram. So yeah. So if you could tell more about that.
Reels has been such a revelation. I can't even stress this enough. It's been what 6th को मैंने शुरू किया. It's been 15 days since I started making reels. I've got 5,000 followers. I've got
Whoa.
reels that hit 1 million views. I've got a couple of reels that are closing around 200,000 views.
Hmm.
And I don't know, reels is just a phase. Reels will go away in 6 months. I can predict this यार. जैसे reels पे जैसे अभी I was talking about कि वो जो wave आता है influencers का, reels पे भी वही है. There will come a time जब आधे लोग इसमें छोड़ के चले जाएंगे, कुछ ही रह जाएंगे. And I thought कि मेरे को experiment करना चाहिए. Why not? What will be the worst thing that happens? लोग मेरे को कह देंगे कि यार तू कॉमेडी नहीं कर सकता. ठीक है, पता चल गया मेरे को नहीं कर सकता, नहीं करनी मेरे को कॉमेडी. बट मैं रील्स बना रहा हूँ फिर भी. आई कैन टॉक अबाउट एनीथिंग. अब मेरे को
How
पता है कि मेरे को
to
दिन का एक रील
yeah.
डालना है.
How to generate revenue out of it?
You don't.
Yeah.
Reels doesn't give you revenue unless you get a sponsored reel. So I did one sponsored reel, but वो भी एक fintech का brand था जो I dedicatedly used. उसको sponsor करने में वो भी दिक्कत हुआ नहीं because I genuinely use that brand. So that's how you generate revenue. But reels में भी बहुत सारे sponsorships हैं यार. अभी reels में लोग पता नहीं क्या क्या sponsor कर रहे हैं, कपड़े sponsor कर रहे हैं, जूते sponsor कर रहे हैं, गंदे से ear plug sponsor कर रहे हैं. तो स्कोप बहुत, कंपटीशन बहुत है स्पेस में. अटेंशन स्पैन लोगों का कम है, तो पीपल आर ऑलवेज लुकिंग आउट फॉर द नेक्स्ट न्यू ट्रेंड, नेक्स्ट न्यू क्रिएटर, नेक्स्ट न्यू सुंदर देखने वाला लड़का या लड़की. तो वो फेस चला जाएगा. इन दिस स्पेस आल्सो अगर यू कैन कार्व आउट अ नीश फॉर योरसेल्फ, यू कैन कार्व आउट अ ऑडियंस, देन यू कैन हैव गुड रिटर्न्स. है कुछ क्रिएटर्स जो काफी अच्छा कर रहे हैं रील्स में, यार बिल्ड एन ऑडियंस. तो मैंने रील्स पर एक्सपेरिमेंट की तरह शुरू किया क्योंकि मेरे को दिख रहा था यार, मैंने बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो इंस्टाग्राम पे जब मैंने देखा तो उनके 500,000 फॉलोअर थे, अब वो 1 लाख करके बैठे हुए हैं. तो व्हाई शुड आई इवन miss out on this?
True.
Exactly. Why should I be missing out on this? It doesn't take any effort. मेरे को literally कैमरे को अपनी शक्ल पे पॉइंट करना है और मेरे को कुछ बोल देना है जो मैं फील कर रहा हूँ, या फिर if I'm talking about something I have to talk about it. And people, even if एक तो रील स्पेस टाइम रीच बहुत ज्यादा है. If I post an Instagram story, I'll get 10,000 viewers. Half of my audience. If I post a reel, I'll get 20,000 views easy. So reels का reach 2x है, तो it will be stupid for anyone to not capitalize on it. तो वो है. और डेली रील का मैंने टारगेट इसीलिए लिया कि रोज कुछ बनाऊंगा तो खुद को भी पुश करना पड़ेगा, कि थोड़ा दिमाग चलाना पड़ेगा, तो इसीलिए. हाँ, मैं सोच रहा हूँ जैसे आज की रील क्या बनानी है, मेरे को आई हैव नो क्लू, बट आई नो आई हैव टू पोस्ट इट बिफोर मिडनाइट.
You can
तो कुछ ना कुछ सोच
do a
लेंगे.
dance on that Jugni song, which is like really.
नहीं यार, डांस वांस करना नहीं आता मेरे को. वो ट्रेंड अच्छा है. I'll do something with that trend. I'll have to figure out how to do it. I'll have to figure out how to save the audio. I don't know how to do that. वो मेरे को थोड़ा हाथ पर मारना पड़ेगा, बट हाँ वैसा कुछ कर सकते हैं. Like I'll start playing around on the trends. कुछ देखते हैं. 15 दिन हो गए हैं, it's time to थोड़ा सा एफर्ट डालना शुरू करना पड़ेगा. If I want to get more reels with 100,000 views, तो कुछ तो एफर्ट डालना पड़ेगा. If I want to get to 50,000 followers from 20,000, तो कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा.
And your plans with your YouTube channel?
Like I've told you the future plans यार, कि मेरे को महीने के 5 million views combined चाहिए, which means I have to put out a lot more content. So I'm structurizing that अभी, कि क्या content जाना चाहिए, किस time पे जाना चाहिए, किस frequency पे जाना चाहिए. तो वो अभी है. I have to build my podcast as well. I have to अभी काफी चीजें हैं, but the measurable goal is that I have to get 5 million views on YouTube across my channels. Once that happens, once I know कि ठीक है इतना revenue मेरे को आएगा, इतने brands मेरे को आएंगे, then I can work towards hiring.
Can you talk
people.
a bit more about the revenue aspect? How should one really? Because a lot of people are getting into it. Like a lot of my friends, they want to start their YouTube channel, and they're like, "यार, but revenue आजकल कम हो गया है, AdSense नहीं है."
तो YouTube AdSense is not the place where you make revenue. YouTube AdSense revenue नहीं आता. A YouTuber makes revenue more from sponsored deals. For example, if my AdSense revenue per month is say 50,000, I can charge per brand 50,000 rupees for a sponsored video.
Yeah.
तो जितना मेरा एक महीने का AdSense रेवेन्यू है, उतने मैं चार्ज कर सकता हूँ एक ब्रांड से. Of course, there's an upper limit to it as well, because महीने का 20-25 लाख I think is what top creators make per month if they're getting a lot of views from AdSense. So they can charge itna amount per sponsored deal. I mean, these are numbers. See, the problem is that these numbers are not strict. If I am getting 1 million views ka 40,000 rupees, a person who's in the tech space will get 1 lakh rupees for that same views. So it's very dynamic. There is no strict way to figure out कि इतने views पे इतने पैसे मिलेंगे. It's very individual, it's very subjective. But if you're coming with the intent कि AdSense से मेरे को पैसा मिल जाएगा, that's not the right way to approach. When I say 5 million views a month, that will not give me AdSense के revenue, but that will put me in a position where I can go to brands कि मेरे को इतने views मिलेंगे महीने के. That's Jay going by. Okay. हाँ, तो that is what you should look at. You're getting itna attention from the audience, your content is getting this much appraisal and love that you can then go to brands and say कि हाँ ये मेरी audience है, ये मेरे को इतना पसंद करते हैं, ये मेरा content इतना देखते हैं, and then you can generate revenue out of it. But that's a long journey. It's a 2-year, 3-year journey, unless you're very lucky, and then you can हाँ, and then you can, I mean, तब तुम्हारे साथ हो जाएगा, but not everyone is lucky, to be honest.
True.
मेहनत सबको करनी पड़ जाती है इस space में.
True.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Cool. Thank you so much, Vedant sir. Oh, yeah.
Vedant sir. No, this was fun. I had a lot of fun. You asked good questions. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really informative for me because I'm just starting out in this space. Like, even though this is my passion because I wish to get into public policy, like, yeah.
Oh,
But
then this is interesting. And I think being in the academic space is much better for you.
yeah.
And it's easier. It'll be helpful for you to build a brand in the public domain through this. And then
Yeah, that's the plan.
It'll be helpful. It's a good strategy. It's a good strategy. It'll pay off. I hope it pays off.
Yeah, and I'll definitely catch up, and because I also stay in GK, so I can
Oh,
take
you
you to
do?
my yes, I can take you to my favorite
Arre.
food spots. Yes.
बहुत ही बढ़िया. We'll do that really soon.